Well, I learned that today that you can just click this button to start and stop recording with the microphone directly to the camera, so that's pretty damn cool. You know what, guys? There's one word here to describe me as a YouTuber. This is what my word for myself. Obviously, you guys would come up with words like moron, idiot, annoying. I've heard those three. Those are probably the top three, which is okay. I'll take them. I don't care. Crafty. I'm a crafty son of a gun. I haven't given up. I've tried all different videos, park walking and stadium and automotive, and I can go through them again. You guys heard them 100 times. I keep coming up with these ideas, right, that are going to work, you know, that's going to push my videos on YouTube, right? So at least I get a couple hundred views somehow, you know, because even if somebody's randomly clicking on my video, I should have a couple hundred views. I mean, just randomly, if YouTube were to push me. They don't want to push me, right? Here's my new, it's because I'm an idiot. I get it, right? But now it's become a game, right? Here's my new crafty idea, you guys. I got another hour-long video. You're thinking, oh, for the love of God, I didn't even get a view on my video last night. I have another hour-long video that's 80 gigabytes being condensed down right now that I'm going to post. And then I'm going to post this right after. What if I have so much storage space taken up on YouTube that they have to support me? You know, could you imagine what if I have 100 terabytes of memory being taken up on their server? It's going to get to a point that they don't want to support me and they don't want to push my channel because I'm an idiot. But they'll either have to delete it or maybe I'll force their hand that they have to start putting my videos out in general population. You know? I'm telling you right now, I'm not in general population. Like, my video is not popping up to some random people. It's only on my feed. That's why all my views are under my 44 subscriptions. So sometimes 30 out of the 44 watch. But what if I have so much space taken up? It's all melting right in there, you see. I'm trying to get rid of my leftovers because I got a new bag of croutons back there, and I'm on a Funyuns kick. So when I get on something, I told you in this last video that you're not going to watch that. What if I take up so much space? What if I get to 100 terabytes? And the computer is just like, well, start showing his videos, because if we don't, he's just costing us money. It sounds stupid, but the more you think about it. If I'm taking up that much memory on their hard drives and their servers that they got to pay for, or somebody's paying for it, some sort of data center or community, maybe they'll push my videos because they're like, well, at least this guy releases a lot of content. It might not be good. It might not be good content, but this guy is consistently releasing 2 hours a day of content, you know? It's something. Start thinking about it. It sounds so mental at first, but the more you think about it, it may work. Nothing else worked. And I'm doing it anyway. So you got to give yourself a reason. Look. I lived in the woods one time. Way out in the woods, right? I was the only person ever in the history of living in the woods to get internet. Okay? I had one of these wireless adapters. I built a freaking metal pole. 20 feet into the air. Hooked up a bunch of adapters to connect the wires together to connect it to a laptop to run it as its own internet connection. I was the only person ever to live in the woods and have internet connection for free. Maybe not ever, but I don't know. There couldn't have been too many. People would come visit to just see. This was before Starlink, is what I'm saying. I'm talking 2008, 2010 time, 2008. Oh, yeah. I had these adapters that put up a pole. Unreal. I built a little antenna. What do you call it? A dish, like satellite network. Drilled a hole through it and had the adapter, the antenna that comes with it there. And I'd point it and I'd get 1 or 2 bars. It was enough to run YouTube, to get music out in the middle of the forest. I picked up some sort of bar and gas station. To this day, I don't know where that was, but it had to have been miles away. It certainly wasn't close. There's no way, because I was miles away from at least 3 miles. Something like that. Just the right angle throughout the day. I'd have to turn it, throughout the day. I'd have to go up there. I had tin foil, and if it started raining, I'd have to get out there and take it down. Yep. So if anyone were to ask me what kind of a person I am, I'd say crafty. What I do may not be the best. What I have may not be the best. But I find a way to have what everybody else has. Or the idea of it. By any means necessary. Any means necessary. If there's a will, there's a way. So, who knows? I'll just keep posting consistently. And maybe once you break so many terabytes of memory, the algorithm says, if we don't start showing this idiot's videos, some of this idiot's videos, we're never going to recoup our losses on this guy. They're already getting to a place where we're in no man's land. 10 terabytes for a guy that doesn't even, and that's only in a couple months. Yeah. It's another hypothesis. Will it work? Time will tell. Raksha. Keep this video at 10 minutes. It sounds like the most boneheaded bird brain, out of left field idea I could come up with. But sometimes those are the best. So, okay. So every time I drive for 45 minutes and do my errands, I talk, I post a video. That's almost 100 gigabytes of video that they have to compress down into their system and put on file. And eventually, what if you get to a certain limit where they're like, if we don't start showing this guy's videos, we will never, ever, ever recoup our losses on this lunatic. This guy is nuts. He's out of his damn mind. He's out of his mind. Nobody even watches his videos. Nobody even watches his videos, and he's got 100 terabytes of memory being taken up on our server. What the hell? Executive decision. Who cares what he posts? Just start showing it. Who cares? Maybe somebody out of the million people we put it in front of will watch him consistently enough that it makes enough commercials just to recoup our losses on this lunatic. It sounds stupid, but crazier things have worked. I'm going to keep this just under 10 minutes.